Hey everyone, so today I just wanted to talk about, sorry for that if you can hear that, that's Kenny drinking his water. Today what I'm talking about is water fasting. So basically what what water fast is so you just drink loads of water. For example, you drink loads of water every day because your body can run off of having no food for a very long time, but it can't live without water for a very long time. So that's why people who are in poorer areas, the food isn't so much a massive deal. Like, it is a massive deal, but clean water is a massive deal because like your body needs water. Your body will die if you don't have water for 3 days. So that's a really big issue. So water fasting basically is you, for however long you want to do it. I think the longest recording of someone doing it is like a year, and that was like just, I think it was just like, it was supervised by doctors or whatever, so I think that was just some kind of an experiment. But yeah, the guy did that for a year, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. So I did one before. I did it in June, so just over 6 months ago, and it I did for 10 days. And I just finished doing my leaving cert, and I was eating so much bad food, and I just was like, ugh, I want to get rid of bad habits. So, and as well, I had really bad problems with my kidneys. So there's also an awful lot of healing properties with water fasting, which I will go into again. I will go into later on in the video. So basically, I decided to do it, and I did it for the 10 days. And it was grand. Like, it wasn't as hard as everyone thinks. The first 3 days are really difficult, just because that's when you get all of your cravings, because that's when all of your cravings leave your system, so they come at you really strong. But if you just drink loads and loads and loads of water, your stomach kind of fills up on water, so then you're not hungry. So then you're kind of just like, oh, I'm craving this, but I'm not hungry, because it's kind of tricking your body into thinking that you're hungry or that you're full. So and then after that, it isn't too bad. It's kind of just, you take it easy and it'll be fine. Like, I didn't exercise while doing it, but I read an article where you can exercise while you do it, just to be careful. But you can exercise while doing it, but there's a thing called 5-5s. So say if you're doing stomach exercises, say 5 sit-ups, and then take a break, and then do that 5 times. So that's pretty much how you do it, but you don't really do that much because you don't want to faint, pretty much, which sounds really bad, but it's just like, if you're gonna put your body, if you're not going to give your body an awful lot of energy to go by, then you can't really expect your body to be able to perform in the gym. Like, people who perform in the gym after having like 3,000 calories a day can be exhausted after it. So like, you can't really expect your body to be able to do that when you're not giving it the energy that it needs to do that. Because basically, when you're water fasting, what your body does is it's like, it goes into first your glycogen, I want to say glycerol, the carb that is in your muscle. I think it's glycerol. Yeah. So first that's what's taken. So like, you do get a little bit of muscle wastage. Then it goes into your fat storage, and then it goes into, like, then it can go into your muscle, like really into your muscle, but that doesn't really happen because there are signs when you should stop. So that's, you kind of have to do an awful lot of research because like it is a hard thing for your body to go through. So I'll go into the signs later. So what I'm going to do now is go into the healing properties of it. So what I said was earlier was that your body starts to go into like its storage of what it's been saving, because you've been eating obviously, and your body's been storing it, storing not what it's been using. So basically things that you don't need, so things that you don't essentially need, your body will eat. So say if you had a scar, your scar you'll find will heal really quickly because your body will eat the scar tissue. There has been cases where people have had tumors. I don't know if they've been benign or malignant, but they've had tumors and they've shrank, or they've disappeared completely because your body has eaten them, because it's just eating everything that it can, because it goes into ketosis. So and pretty much what ketosis is when your body goes into a state where it starts to eat into your storage. And I think there's things that you can buy where you like pee on it and it can tell if there's ketones in your pee, so then you can see if you're going into ketosis and you are starting to go into your storage and burn fat and everything like that. So yeah, so they're the health benefits. Also, it clears up your skin completely. It actually completely wipes your cravings. So after the 10 days that I did it, I actually didn't have any cravings for anything, just because like it was like a completely new plate. So it's actually quite handy for if you want to start eating healthy and you just, it's so hard to eat healthy when you have cravings and you want this and you want that. Like it actually completely wipes the slate for you. So yeah, so it's much easier to go into like a healthy eating routine when you have just a clean slate of no cravings or anything. And I actually found like the first kind of sweet thing that I ate after the fast, like I had a chocolate bar, and I was actually only able to have one like little cube of it because my body actually felt sick because of all of the chemicals and preservatives and everything that's in it. My body actually felt sick and I wasn't able to eat it. I was just like, this is sick, like so it's really interesting. And also the reason why you stop having the cravings, sorry, I know that this is like all over the place and it's not really structured, it's just because I'm just doing this off the bat because there's so many different things that I've learned just from research and just from doing it myself. So but just like also the reason why you stop having cravings is because so in all of the things that like the junk food that is preserved and have a lot of preservatives in them and sugars and all of that, there's actually like when you eat them there's these, like, it sounds disgusting, but there are these little bugs that are in your gut from eating all of those things. And when you have a craving, it's because those bugs are like, I want to be fed, because they will die if they don't get this whatever is in the junk food. I think it's like sugars or whatever, but they will die if they don't get it. And so yeah, they live in your gut, so it actually just gets rid of them. They die because they don't get fed, so then you don't get any of the cravings. So I thought that was really cool but really weird as well, and I was like, ew, sick. But yeah, it did just there. What is wrong with me? I'm like a fish. So lastly, the you have to be really careful when you're doing it. Like you have to make sure that you drink loads and loads of water. Like you don't want to get dehydrated, you don't want to faint. Like take it easy, like don't go for sprints and go full on into the gym and do really heavy weights and stuff and all that. But also there's like warning signs of when you should stop. So there are 4 that I know of. So firstly is if you're when you start, all the toxins that are in your kind of gut and your stomach, they come up your throat, which is disgusting, and it goes onto your tongue. So it kind of looks like, you know, if you have tonsillitis and your tongue kind of goes white from that. So yeah, so all of the gunk comes up out onto your tongue. You can just scrape it off. Sick, but what can you do? And it really opens your eyes to how disgusting junk food is, like, because that is what it's doing to you. But anyway, so if that white goes from your tongue, that means that your body is completely detoxed. Like all of the bad stuff is out of your system, so that you should stop fasting now, basically. And yeah, so that is pretty much that one. Second one is there's a thing called true hunger. So if you're hungry, like you get pain in your stomach or your stomach rumbles or you're like, oh, I'm really hungry. But if you're actually truly like hungry, like it's actually a really intense feeling in the back of your neck. It's like, I've never had it obviously, but like that's what true hunger is. So if you do get a really intense, I don't know if it's a pain, a really intense feeling in the back of your neck, that would be true pain, and you wouldn't get that or true hunger, and you wouldn't get that unless you're doing extreme, like 28 days or something like that. But yeah, so that is another one. And also if you vomit, like, or if you kind of like feel like getting sick, or like obviously you have water in your stomach, so if you get sick of water, that is a time to stop as well. And fourthly, for all y'all ladies, if you do get your time of month, you're supposed to stop as well. I didn't actually go into why, but it's just, that's one of the things that you're supposed to do. So if it does come, you're just supposed to stop. I think it's just so that it doesn't interfere with your cycle and all of that. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that I have learned about water fasting. It would be better if I just did a sit down and just kind of explained everything that I know about it, and sorry it's a bit all over the place. But yeah, if you are thinking of doing a water fast ever, it is really good to research it first and just to be safe. And if you do have any problems, like health problems or anything like that, you should consult your doctor first. And obviously if you are pregnant or have serious conditions, I don't think you should do it, just because your body is really resilient, obviously, like, but you don't want to risk anything. So yeah, anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions at all, just leave them down in the comment box below and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. Yeah, so thanks, bye.